now, and I pinned it to the side like this. If it doesn't dry, it could get on your clothes, so be careful with the dye. But if you want to get the shine, if you don't have black hair, because I noticed when I didn't have my black hair, my hair looked dull. I always had to add shine.
I noticed, like, I had lighter hair too before, because I dyed my hair black as well, and when I had like brown, it would look washed out sometimes and like just kind of flat.
That's why I love my black hair. It's always shiny.
Yes, black hair is the way to go.
So if you're not black, if you don't have the black hair, if you didn't go black, things you could do to add shine is mayonnaise.
Yes, I heard eggs.
You can add eggs, and it's a mixture. You don't have to just put eggs. You can put eggs with coconut oil in it as well, just the egg white. You can add eggs with olive oil and honey. You put the whole thing in your hair. First, you comb your hair out with it. Put it in your hair. It's like a conditioner, and it shines your hair. Put a cap on, and you can leave it on overnight. Then rinse it out in the morning.
You know, I do that with coconut oil. I make my own little deep conditioner every 2 weeks. I put coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil, and a little bit of honey.
Every 2 weeks?
Every 2 weeks,
That's
I try
good.
to do it, yeah.
That's really good.
And it comes out really nice. The only thing is sometimes you have to be really careful when you're rinsing it out with shampoo, because if you don't rinse it all out, it leaves this weird texture in your hair.
Like what? What's the texture like?
It's just like an oily texture.
Yeah?
If you don't rinse it out all the way.
See, a good shampoo to use is Shea by Moisture. Their products are very good because they're organic and they're natural products, you know. So those are very good to use if you want to rinse it out like that. Another thing is people use beer in their hair to get shine.
I have heard actually a couple tips about using beer. I haven't tried it yet. I am a fan of beer, so I think that I should definitely make the switch.
Try it in your hair. And one more thing, I had brought my apple cider vinegar. I've told you guys about that before, but I put it in my hair to get a shine. Now I don't know if you're not supposed to let it sit in your cabinet, but it kind of changed.
Yeah.
Like it looks like it's almost going bad, like a mildew in it. So I'm scared to use it again. But apple cider vinegar, you know, when you first get it, you can put that in your hair as well. Let it sit and rinse it out. It's like a nice rinse. It's just a rinse for your hair, and it adds shine. So that's really good for that.
I've heard castor oil too is really good for your hair. Like Jasmine, who was on last week, told me that she was trying to grow out her eyebrow hair like thicker and stuff by using castor oil. So I definitely gotta try
eyebrows?
that. Yeah.
What do you think about dyeing eyebrows? If you're gonna dye your hair, what do you think about dyeing eyebrows?
I feel like everyone says, like, you know, if you have dark hair and dark eyebrows and you go lighter, that you should dye it. But I've noticed nowadays I see a lot of people dyeing their hair blonde but keeping the dark eyebrows, and I'm not necessarily against it.
I like blonde when people do that. When girls are blonde and they have the brown eyebrows.
Yeah, it looks cool, right? Yeah. It's like a really cool contrast. But I feel like isn't it a little bit dangerous to be dyeing your eyebrows?
I wouldn't do that. I'll be scared. I was asking someone the other day, actually, what do you think about dyeing it darker? But they always say it should be a little bit lighter than your hair. Just like your makeup, your foundation should be, if you're doing like a concealer, it should be like 2 shades lighter than your skin. But all depends on the look you want to go for with makeup when it comes to makeup. Foundation, make sure you change in the summer as well.
Yes.
Your skin, you know, if you want to do it, maybe just a highlight and your skin's good. You could also just use, if you want to keep the same foundation, you put it on your main points, your T, which is your forehead, your closer to your nose area, and your chin. And because I haven't changed my foundation yet, don't blame me.
No,
I haven't got a new one. So if your skin's good, I've been keeping good up with my good upkeep with my skin. So I don't really have acne right now or dark spots. So I haven't changed my foundation, but I'm not using it on my whole face. Because if I did, you will see a light face and a dark neck. So
I feel like in the summertime too, it's not good to wear a lot of foundation. I feel, especially like a liquid, it can look oily, especially if you're out in the sun all day and you don't set it with powder and then setting powder. It can look bad. So I try to stay away from liquid foundation in the summer unless I'm on the show and have to.
Well, for that, you could also get powders for that.
Yeah, I use the Bare Minerals powder, and it works really well.
So to take away the oil and the shine. If you have to use foundation, you can get a powder just for that.